What up, guys? This is
Cheevo, guys!
back here again with another achievement guide. Today, we're going to be focusing on Micetopia. This game is published by Ratalaika Games and it is developed by Ninja Rabbit Studio. This game releases on November 20th for $4.99. On top of that, it is a fairly easy completion or platinum trophy. I played through this game about 4 times in an effort to make the perfect guide for you guys, quick and to the point, from one objective to the other, not messing around, wasting any time. This game is a Metrovania/platforming game, so if you're not that good at platforming games, this could take up to an hour for your completion or platinum trophy. Personally, the first playthrough, because there was no guides online or anything like that, it took me about 2.5 hours to figure everything out, and then I played through it another 3 times to try to beat it as quick as I could and get you guys some excellent footage. So if you're interested in diving into this game without a guide, I'd say it's going to take you anywhere from 2 to 3 hours. Now, first you start off in the forest, and basically what we need to do is keep pressing A to advance through the dialogue. Once you're done with the dialogue, it's going to ask you to proceed to the right hand side, in which it's going to teach you how to play the game. It's going to start off by teaching you how to jump. It's going to tell you to use the left stick to move. However, I recommend using the D-pad. Personally, I used the D-pad while playing this game. Now, it's also going to explain that you can press A to jump and B to attack with your sword. Now, once you get to the town, you want to proceed to the right until you find your elder. You want to talk to your elder. He's going to tell you what's going on, and he's going to send you to the caves to save some of the villagers. Now, before we head to the left to the caves, I want to show you over here to the right, you're going to find a broken fountain. You can find 10 pieces total to complete the fountain. The achievements only require that we collect half of the fountain pieces, so 5 total. The game is split up into 2 levels or 2 worlds, the cave and the forest. Each of these levels or worlds only have 5 fountain pieces each, for a total of 10. So basically what we have to do is we have to get past the caves. We're going to collect all 5 fountain pieces. Now, when you walk into the cave for the first time, it's going to instruct you to press or hold LB to use your map. Now, I'm going to show you my map once I completed it, just so you guys can refer to my map. Using the map is super important if you want to get this done in a timely manner. Before I get started on the actual footage of running through the caves, I want to give you guys a map breakdown, just in case maybe you want to play it yourself and you don't want to watch this full video guide. I'll give you a breakdown on exactly what you have to do in the caves and how to read this map. I'm also going to do my best and add some graphics to help you get through this cave, just because the map is going to be kind of hard to explain without showing you guys any arrows or where we're starting exactly. So ultimately the goal is to save 3 different mice villagers. They are represented on the map by the yellow rectangle. So what we're going to do is head down into the left. Once you get into the light blue rectangle, you want to go down into the right. We're going to proceed to the right, 2 rooms, and then you're going to end up in the yellow room where you're going to be able to rescue your first villager. Each time you rescue a villager, they give you an upgrade or power up. After you rescue the first villager, you're going to gain the double jump power up. This is going to enable you to proceed through the caves. Alright, so now I'm going to show you guys how to do it via the gameplay. So you're going to go over in the room to the left, you're going to head down, go down to the left. Now you're going to encounter your first enemy. You can choose to jump over them and avoid the enemies or attack them. The only advantage to attacking them is that when you kill them, they release these green orbs. Keep in mind we only have 1 achievement or trophy related to these orbs, and that is for collecting 100 of them. So once you collect 100 green orbs, you can totally avoid killing enemies if possible by jumping over them, dodging them, or eventually rolling past them once you unlock the roll ability. Now, once you get into this room, you want to go down into the right. You're going to find that the bats are pretty much the most annoying enemy because they kind of magnetize towards you. So I found that most of the time I had to kill the bats or run fast to escape them. So we're going to move 1 room to the right. You're going to be forced to drop down here. There is a vase at the bottom that you can break open. It's going to reveal some orbs. Now, quick lesson about the game. If you move into another room and then move back, not only will the enemies reappear, but any type of barrels or vases that are broken will repair themselves once you go in and out of a room. So you can go in and out of that area right there to collect the 100 green orbs. However, I don't recommend it because more than likely you're going to get this achievement or trophy naturally. So keep proceeding to the right. You're going to see a danger sign, and this is the first time that you're introduced to the goblin enemy. Their attacks are nice and simple. You want to run up, attack them, and then run away. You're going to rinse and repeat that method until the goblin is defeated. You just have to be quick with it. Hit them, run away, hit them, run away. There we go. That's going to unlock our first achievement worth 15 gamer score called Goblin for defeating a goblin. Next, you want to walk over to the villager kid. You want to interact and talk to them by pressing A. After the conversation, you're going to unlock the achievement for saving the kid. You could choose to either read the text or press A to skip through it. The kid's going to disappear and he's going to teleport back to the village. That's going to unlock the kid achievement worth 30 gamer score for rescuing the mouse kid. Next, you want to go into the next room and you actually want to die on purpose, so just let the bat kill you. Now basically the way this game works is every time you die, you're going to teleport back to the town or the village. And what we want to do is talk to the kid now that they're back at the village. The kid is going to teach you the double jump move. This is going to enable us to proceed through the cave even further. That's also going to unlock the jumping higher achievement worth 15 gamer score for unlocking the double jump skill. So what we're going to do is proceed through the cave. Real quick, I'll go ahead and give you another map breakdown so you guys know exactly where we're going. So currently we are in the room that I highlighted with the green rectangle. We're going to proceed all the way to the left. Keep in mind you can follow along with this map breakdown by holding or pressing LB to pop up your map. We're basically going to keep proceeding left until you find a room where you can head downward. Once you go down, you're going to head to the room to the right and you're going to end up in the purple room. When you're looking at the map, the purple rooms are represented by the rooms that contain the fountain pieces. Again, we need to collect 5 fountain pieces total to get the achievement for fountain pieces, which is basically half of the fountain pieces in the game, but all of the fountain pieces in the first level, the caves. So let's go ahead and pick up that first fountain piece. For now, I'm going to go ahead and skip through the enemies by jumping over them or simply running past them. Now we can double jump to the left. Previously, we wouldn't have been able to access this room because we didn't have the double jump skill yet. But we got it nice and quick, so we're able to proceed to this part of the cave. So keep proceeding left. You can go ahead and kill these enemies at the bottom just because it's nearly impossible to jump over them without getting hit. And we need some green orbs anyways. We're going to kill this rock enemy or gem enemy as well. And now we're going to go ahead and drop down. If you want to know how to kill the bats, I like to jump up and hit them and then jump up and hit them. They take 2 hits to kill them. Now once you go down, you're going to proceed to the right and you're going to find one of these secret warps. You press Y to use the secret warp and it's going to send you to this little mini level. Now luckily, if you die during one of these fountain piece secret levels, you don't go all the way to the town when you die. It simply has you start at the beginning of the secret level right by the warp. So if you die, no big deal. The consequences aren't nearly as bad compared to when you die in the regular level, just because that pushes you back to the town. At the same time, you'll probably be a little relieved to know that if you do die, your green orbs do not reset, nor does your progress. So we just unlocked the first stone achievement worth 90 gamer score for finding the first piece to the fountain. Now what we're going to do is proceed upward. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a map breakdown from here. So the green rectangle symbolizes the room that I just paused it in. I'm showing the arrows starting from the fountain piece room, the purple room. So we're going to go left, up, left, left. And then once you get to the room with 4 different doors, you want to go to the lower right hand exit or door. That's going to lead you to the green room on the map. These green rooms represent the rooms that contain portals. These portals are basically checkpoints inside of the levels or cave, so that when you die, again, it pushes you back to the town, but there will be a portal located in that town that will teleport you to this green room or checkpoint. Just know that if you go into another green room or checkpoint, that will overwrite your current portal. So you want to be careful with which portals you go into because that will overwrite the previous portal. So right now I'm doing exactly what I just showed you guys in the map breakdown. I just got to the room with 5 different exits. We want to go to the bottom right exit. That's this one right here. And inside of here, you're going to find your first portal. So if we press Y, that's going to send us to the village or the town. And then you can press Y again to push you back into the cave. So now if we die, we don't have to start at the beginning of the cave again. Alright, so next, after you leave the room with the portal, you want to head downward. You're going to go down 2 rooms, and then you're going to find a room with 6 exits. You want to head to the top right exit. After that, you just keep heading right. room to room, and then eventually you're going to get to a purple room with another fountain piece. So back to the live gameplay, we're going to head downward, and we need to head down just one more room, and then we're going to end up in the room with 6 different exits, top, bottom, and then 2 on the left, 2 on the right. We're going to head to the top right exit. We're going to end up in this room right here. I'm going to kill that enemy and jump over that one. Keep proceeding all the way to the right until we get to the room with a warp in it. We're going to kill these enemies because I still don't have those 100 green orbs yet, barely at 37. And we're going to continue to proceed to the right. Quick tip on the lizard enemy with the sword, just go in front of them and then button mash B. As long as you're mashing it fast enough, he shouldn't hit you at all. We're going to proceed to the right, and then finally you're going to end up in this room right here with the secret warp at the top, or secret portal, warp, portal, teleport, all the same thing. Anyhow, this one's pretty straightforward. Again, we just need to beat this little mini level. Again, if you die, it's going to push you back to the beginning of the secret level. It's not going to push you back to the town, so luckily it gives you some leeway on these secret levels. Now you're going to run into this goblin right here. He is the one protecting the fountain piece. You can actually just jump right over him. You're going to collect your second fountain piece. We have 2 of the 5 we need for the full 1000 gamer score. Now we're going to go ahead and exit. I'll go ahead and give you a map breakdown from this room. The next villager is actually really close. It's actually in the room below us, so we need to go left, down, and then right, and we're going to end up in our second yellow room where we're going to save our second villager. Again, we have 3 villagers total, and every time we save a villager, they give us a power up. This time we're going to be saving Uncle Smith. All you have to do is proceed to the right hand side of the room, and he's right there. There's no boss protecting him or anything like that, so just talk to Uncle Smith by pressing A. After the dialogue, he is going to teleport back to the town or village, and what we want to do is kill ourselves on purpose once again, so that way we get pushed back to the village as well, and we can go talk to Uncle Smith. We're also going to unlock an achievement worth 90 gamer score for saving him. So I'm going to just go into the room, die, and that's going to push us back to the town or the village, in which we can go find Uncle Smith and talk to him so we can get the bow and arrow. So once you get back to the town, we're going to head over to the right, and eventually you're going to see Uncle Smith right here. You're going to talk to him. After you talk to him, you can go ahead and jump up and grab the bow and arrow. This is going to unlock an achievement called range mode, worth 30 gamer score for getting the bow and arrow. Now what we're going to do next is teleport back to the cave. This is going to push us back here on the map. Now what we're trying to do next is save the 3rd and final villager in the caves. They are located behind the dragon boss. So we're going to have to defeat the dragon, which has an achievement or trophy related to it anyway. This is symbolized by the yellow room all the way to the left. So once you teleport back to the caves, we're pretty much just going to keep heading left. You're going to find this little grassy area, continue left. Previously, we wouldn't have been able to get all the way to the dragon boss because you needed the bow and arrow to do so. Right here, as you can see, it will not let you proceed because of the webs. You need to stand in front of the flames and shoot your arrow with X. This is going to shoot a flaming arrow, destroying the webs, Zelda style. Next, we're going to need to proceed downward. You may have to kill a few enemies just because they are unavoidable. Again, we have to collect those green orbs anyways. We're going to continue downwards, and the only exit is going to be at the bottom left hand side of this room. Once you get into this room, we're going to proceed all the way to the left to the other side. You can either jump over these enemies or try to defeat them. Might as well defeat them. I'm at about 56 orbs. We're going to continue downward, and the exit is going to be all the way down to the left. Now in this room, you're going to find your next portal. I recommend using this one. It is going to overtake your previous portal. However, the dragon boss is right after this, and more than likely you're not going to defeat him on the first try. So go in and out of the portal to overwrite that one, and we're going to continue into this room, and you're going to head to the very bottom, and in the next room we're going to see a danger sign that symbolizes the boss ahead. The dragon boss has his life bar located on the upper right hand side of the screen. As you can see, every time I hit him, it lowers bit by bit. I found that you can stand just a little bit in front of him and keep jumping up and swinging your sword, and eventually you're going to defeat him pretty easily. That's going to unlock the dragon achievement worth 30 gamer score. Next, you can save the next villager, Ashley, by walking up to her and pressing A to start the dialogue. I found that one time I was playing the game and I died at the same time that I defeated the dragon boss, and once I came back to this room to talk to Ashley, it wouldn't let me talk to her. For some reason, it glitched out because me and the boss died at the same time. So hopefully that doesn't happen to you guys, because I was forced to start my game all over again. Now I did unlock the achievement for rescuing Ashley. That's worth another 90 gamer score. Now after you rescue Ashley, you can actually go ahead and die on purpose. This is going to send you back to the village or town. Ashley's house is right next to the portal, so simply talk to Ashley and she's going to teach you how to roll. This is going to unlock the rolling away achievement worth 90 gamer score for getting the roll skill. You can roll by pressing RB. You can actually pretty much roll through an enemy without getting hit if you roll right through them, just like that. This is going to make it way easier to get past enemies and dodge them. Now that we've rescued all of the villagers and we have our roll skill, what we need to do is proceed to the last boss of the caves. To do this, first we want to go get that previous checkpoint that we found before, because right now if we die we have to start all the way by the dragon boss, and we want to have a portal more in the center of the cave. So we're going to go to the previous portal, the first one that we found, and overwrite our checkpoint with that one. Again, you can roll through the enemies to make it nice and simple. We're nearly almost done with the caves, guys. The game doesn't require you to complete it in full. The achievements just require you to complete the first world, the caves, and then the very beginning of the second world, the forest, but not nearly the full game. We just passed the room with the burning web. We're going to continue to proceed to the right hand side, and eventually you're going to find that grass patch again. You're going to head to the room to the right, and in here you're going to find the portal. You're going to press Y to go to the village and Y to go back to the caves. So now if we die and go back to the village, if we go through the portal to the caves, it's going to send us right here rather than all the way by the dragon boss. Now we can finally head downward. Now we're going to head towards the next purple room. This is going to have the next fountain piece in it, giving us 3 fountain pieces total. We're going to head down, down, and then once we get to the room with 6 exits, we want to go to the lower left-hand exit. That's going to send us into the next room that has a fountain piece. The game has 3 achievements or trophies related to these fountain pieces, 1 for collecting your first, 1 for collecting 3, and then 1 for collecting 5. So we're going to be getting our achievement for collecting 3 right now. I'm going to go ahead and double jump over this enemy. We're going to teleport using Y. And again, no pressure on if you die or not, because if you die, it's just going to start you at the beginning of this secret level, not all the way back at the town. So right now I'm avoiding killing all of the enemies. I'm kind of just double jumping over all of them, proceeding over to the right hand side. Basically the way it works in this secret level is that the fountain piece is located all the way to the right. So just dodge all of the bats and all of the other enemies, only kill them if you need to. It makes it a lot easier making your way through these secret levels. That's going to unlock our next achievement called Fixing, worth 90 gamer score for finding 3 pieces to the fountain. Next, we're going to be going towards our 4th fountain piece. We want to exit to the right. We're going to go down, 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 and then to the right, and then you're going to go on the lower left-hand exit. This is going to send you to our next purple room with our 4th fountain piece. So real quick, back to the live footage. We're going to head over to the right, and then we're going to go down a couple rooms. So down into this one. Proceed all the way down. Again, I'm just dodging the enemies, making this a lot faster of a completion, just because we don't have any achievements or trophies related to killing enemies, guys. So really the only point in killing them is for those green orbs, and again, you're going to end up getting 100 naturally anyhow. So here we're not going to be able to proceed unless we burn that web. You can go ahead and hit the lamp above by pressing B to hit it with your sword. The lamp is going to drop and it's going to burn the web. We're going to proceed in the room to the right. I'm going to go ahead and kill these 2 enemies just because those lizard enemies kind of magnetize towards you. So if you're close to them, the jump over them might be kind of difficult without getting hit. Again, we're going to go down into the left in that last room. And here we're going to find our next portal to send us towards our 4th fountain piece. We're going to kill these 2 enemies to be able to move towards the portal. There should be a heart in that vase right there. Press Y to go through the portal, and in this one you want to drop down, jump over to the right. You're going to drop all the way down again. Be careful that you don't land on any enemies. In this game you only get 3 hearts, so you can only get hit 3 times. It actually kind of sucks that they only give you that much life, and on top of that they don't give you any opportunity in the game to upgrade it. Anyhow, that's the 4th fountain piece inside of the caves. You're not going to find any achievement or trophy related to that one. because there's only an achievement that pops at 1, 3, and 5 fountain pieces. You don't get one at the 2nd or 4th. So we're going to go ahead and exit this room, and next I'm going to go ahead and give you guys another map breakdown real quick. So next we're going to be going up and to the left. You're going to keep heading left 3 rooms until you have an opportunity to go up. This is going to send you to our final purple room for the cave's location, giving you your 5th fountain piece. Let me know if you guys enjoyed these map breakdowns, because I try to use my graphic design skills in an effort to make this a lot more simpler for you guys. Hopefully it helps, because it's real easy to get lost in this game if you don't know where you're going and if you're not using the map. Anyhow, we're going to proceed to the left hand side, keep going left until you're going to have an opportunity to go up. It's going to be in the next room right here. First, you're going to have to stand still and keep swinging your sword until you kill that bat. You're going to drop down, and you're not going to be able to proceed unless you shoot it with the arrow. So shoot it with the arrow, it's going to catch on fire, and you're going to be able to double jump past that enemy. Jump up. Eventually we're going to proceed to the left, but first we're going to go get that final fountain piece, which is up here at the top. So jump all the way to the top, go through the top exit. You're going to jump up to the left. You have to jump on that mushroom to be able to bounce up, and you're going to find our 5th secret portal. This is going to push us into the 5th secret level, and all we have to do is make our way through it to find that 5th and final fountain piece, giving us our final achievement related to finding fountain pieces. This secret level is fairly simple. You have to head all the way to the right until it starts navigating you upwards, and then we're going to have to head over to the left, but go all the way to the right at first. You're going to find that I use my sword all the time, and that's just because sometimes you're going to end up needing your arrows for, let's say, shooting switches or burning webs, things like that. So I like to save my arrows just in case I need them to be able to proceed through the caves or through the game, versus, using all of them on an enemy and not being able to burn a web because I ran out of arrows. But at the same time, the game is pretty forgiving in terms of giving you arrows inside of vases and things like that in areas where you need them. Now, as I mentioned before in the beginning of this secret level, you go all the way to the right, it sends you upwards, and then you go all the way back to the left, in which you're going to unlock your final achievement related to finding fountain pieces. That's called Half Done, worth 90 gamer score for finding 5 missing fountain pieces. Now that we found all 5 fountain pieces and we saved all of the villagers in the cave, all we need to do is proceed to the end of the level and face the golem boss. To do this, you're going to head down out of the purple room, you're going to head over to the left all the way, and then it's going to enable you to drop down and start heading right. At that point, you're going to keep heading right all the way until you get to a room with a save checkpoint or portal. That's represented by the green room. You want to make sure to use that portal just because you're going to face the golem boss right after, and just in case you die, you want to have that checkpoint right before the boss battle. So back to the live footage, we're going to go ahead and head down out of this quote-unquote purple room, the one with the last fountain piece, and now we're going to start heading over to the left. This is the exit that I mentioned earlier that we were going to head down to finish the level. We just wanted to collect that last fountain piece first. We're going to continue to head left pretty much until we cannot proceed left anymore. I'm going to go ahead and get those bats taken care of. Out of all the times I died in this game, it was usually the bats that killed me, so most of the time the trick is just to let them fly at you and just start swinging your sword, and typically they'll never get you. That is, unless they're too low or high for your sword to hit them. So we're going to keep heading left, and then eventually you're going to end up in a room where you can finally head downward. I think that's going to be in the next room. You're going to have to kill that lizard because we're pretty much not going to be able to proceed forward without doing so. The lizards are pretty easy to defeat. Once again, just keep swinging your sword and you should defeat them without getting hit at all. My bad, I thought we were going to be able to go down in this room. We must need to proceed one more room to the left. Again, you just got to keep going all the way to the left. Those rooms aren't too complicated. And then now we can finally head down and to the right. And from here, we're going to keep heading right. Now, we get to a point here in the cave where we wouldn't have been able to proceed unless we had the double jump and roll abilities. So take care of the gem enemy and then the bat, and then you'll be able to double jump up here and proceed to the right. This is where you're going to need that roll ability. So basically, it doesn't let you go into the final boss battle unless you have saved all 3 villagers, because you need all 3 abilities in effort to make it through these final rooms before the boss battle with the golem. Anyhow, we're going to proceed to the right. I'm going to go ahead and kill this enemy just because that's going to give me my 100th green gem. unlocking the only achievement related to gems called green gems for collecting 100 gems. Now, before you go into this boss battle, you're going to find this portal right here. You want to make sure to use it, so go to the village and then back to the caves. That will make it so that if you die during the boss battle, you don't have to start all the way over. You can just, teleport right at that checkpoint right before we started the boss battle. Now, my strategy for the golem boss is pretty much my same strategy that I had for the dragon. You want to get right in front of the enemy and basically just jump up and down and keep swinging your sword. You want to make sure that you time your jumps so that you jump right before he swings his arms. The boss isn't too complicated at all. He simply keeps spamming his same attack over and over again. So really the key here is just to make sure that you continuously dodge his hands. As long as you do that, you just keep jumping up and down and hitting him over and over again. His life bar is located on the upper right hand side of the screen. Once you have defeated him, you're going to unlock your achievement related to killing the golem boss. The achievement is called Golem, worth 90 gamer score. Now at this point guys, we have 100%ed the first half of the game, the caves level. We got all 5 missing fountain pieces located inside of the level, as well as we saved the 3 villagers located in the level. Next, what we want to do is go talk to the elder. He's going to say congrats on defeating the golem, and he's going to recommend that you go to the forest next. He says that the forest is located to the east, so what we're going to do is head over to the right hand side. Now you can roll. It makes you move a lot faster, and basically what we're going to be doing is we're going to be rolling past a lot of these enemies moving forward now that we got our 100 gems. Now we don't have to play too far into the forest level. I'll go ahead and give you a map breakdown real quick. All we have to do is save our first villager located in this level, and then we'll have our final achievement and our full 1000 gamer score or platinum trophy. Now, navigating through the beginning of this level is pretty simple. We're pretty much just going to keep heading all the way to the right. Now, you want to skip the first time that you have an opportunity to go up. That was symbolized by that first light blue rectangle. Now, the second opportunity that you have to go upward, you want to make sure that you do so. You want to go all the way to the top until you can't go up no more, and then you're going to head over to the right. Eventually, you're going to run into a room where you can save our next villager, Aunt Rose, and not only will that give us our last achievement related to rescuing villagers, but that'll give us our final achievement, giving us our full 1000 gamer score or platinum trophy. So now that I broke down the final steps to getting this completion, we're going to go ahead and run through the live footage. Here you're going to find that the game introduces switches in which you will have to shoot your arrow to open a door. Now, I found these frog enemies to be really annoying. You're honestly better off just avoiding them and not trying to fight them, and just either rolling past them or double jumping over them. Now, the only enemy that you're required to kill in the forest is the bunny, so make sure that you kill at least one of them. That's going to unlock the bunny achievement worth 70 gamer score for killing a bunny. These enemies are actually really hard to defeat if you're trying to fight them up close and personal with your sword, so I recommend shooting one from a distance with your bow and arrows. Other than that, we're going to continue to proceed to the right. You're going to have to roll under that to be able to get past it. We're going to continue to this room. I want to point out that this barrel right in the middle always has a heart. For some reason, most of the crates and vases were randomized in terms of what's beneath them. However, I found that that barrel always has a heart in it. So if you're running low on life, you can collect a heart. You can even go in and out of a room to keep collecting hearts until you have 3 hearts total. Next, we're going to continue to proceed to the right. We're going to roll right past those enemies, and we're going to jump over these enemies. Now, this next room can be a little bit annoying. You need to make sure that you double jump quick because those spikes below will one-hit kill you. We're going to double jump over this pit, and you can simply roll past the frog. In this room, we're going to jump up and avoid fighting the bunny. We're going to roll past the frog, and here in this room, you have no choice but to fight this bunny. So go right in front of him and then spam the B button to try to kill him as fast as possible. Hopefully he doesn't hit you or hit you too many times to the point where you die. Next, you're going to have to bait the frog into hopping over here. And once he hops to the left, you can go ahead and jump over to the right, proceed into the next room. Here, you can go ahead and shoot the bunny. There will be some arrows inside of that vase if you don't have some. Make sure that you press the switch behind the bunny. It actually let me shoot the switch without killing the bunny, which was weird, but you may need to kill the bunny first before you're able to shoot the switch. Proceed in the next room to the right, and here you want to press this switch by either hitting it with your sword or with your arrows. And next we're going to jump up here, jump up through the top exit. you're going to jump up on the mushroom, and we're going to have another top exit up here at the top. So just make your way upward, and we're going to jump up here. Now once you get right here, you're going to want to jump on top of the tree, and we need to continue upward because there's another exit at the top. We are nearly at the end of the game, guys. All we have to do is shoot this bunny right here so that we can double jump to the top of this ledge, and then we'll be able to jump on top of this crate and shoot that switch on the other side. There we go. That's going to open that door, and now we can proceed to the right. Again, I recommend avoiding fighting the bunnies if possible, so just roll past them. Fortunately, I still got hit by the frog. Even though I had my achievement for the green gems already, I would still open up the vases here and there just to see if they had a heart located inside of them. Now, rather than trying to fight this goblin up front and personal, I'm just going to shoot him with a couple arrows until I defeat him. And now we can go ahead and save our aunt. I'm going to jump up here, talk to her. Again, you press A to interact or talk with the NPC. We're going to talk to Aunt Rose, and she's going to teleport back to the village. That's going to give us our last and final achievement called Aunt Rose, worth 90 gamer score for rescuing Aunt Rose. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this guide and enjoyed getting another full 1000 gamer score or platinum trophy. Other than that, I'd like to give a huge thank you to all of my Patreon subscribers. We just hit 19 patrons. I'd like to give a special shout out to everybody in the biggest fan club, including TimG84, AOJ, The Gaspless, Purple Rain 6, Blackbird, and NL the Dude. As always, I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment and don't forget to like and subscribe.